we need to talk about weight loss. Now, by weight loss, I probably mean fat loss, because that's what most people mean. No one, unless their sport requires it, wants to be specifically 10 stone. They want to look a certain way. I could show you two guys who are 16 stone. One, your average office worker who hardly ever trains, and the other, professional rugby player. Chances are they will look wildly different. But I'll refer to it as weight loss because, as with many of the bastardized terms in this industry, that's what most people know it as. Now, if I had £1 for every time I've heard, oh, I've tried this diet and I've tried that diet and I've tried this diet and I always end up back where I start or worse. Yeah, of course you do. Because you've never actually made any long-term changes to your lifestyle. Let's say you're eating 3,000 calories a day and you're putting on weight, which is likely. And you eventually get to the stage where you go, right, that's it. I'm done. I'm on a diet. I'm going to start eating 1,000 calories a day until I reach my goal. Now your body will react because you're eating at a calorific deficit and you will probably reach that target weight. Boom! Success! Wonderful! Brilliant! But then you go straight back to doing what you were doing before. You go straight back to eating those same 3,000 calories a day. You go straight back to eating the same foods that are probably lower in nutrients and high in calories. And all the weight comes back on. Except now with the damage you've done to your metabolism with all this sort of extreme dieting, this yo-yo dieting, suddenly you find you're putting even more weight on. And next time you try and lose the weight, you're doing an even more extreme diet or you're doing it for longer. And it's a vicious cycle. So think of it like this. So your weight is up here and you lose weight to that level. But then because of the damage you've done to your metabolism with that extreme diet, you put more weight on. And then you go, well, we'll just do the same diet again. But the problem is you don't reach the same level. And then you put even more weight on. And then again, you don't reach the same level. And it's just a vicious cycle that keeps getting higher and higher. All the while, your metabolism is being further damaged, resulting in this inability to lose weight as effectively. And rather than just sort of working off a straight line, a constant that can sort of just deviate slightly easily, or you can have little speed bumps, it's manageable. You haven't made any serious lifestyle changes. And they don't have to be extreme. In fact, you need to stop thinking in terms of extremity. You don't need to go cold turkey from everything you love for a certain period of time and then smash it all back in. You need to think about small changes. Think about moderation. Think long term. Your changes should probably be small initially because it's more likely that not only your body will be able to handle them, but your mind. Now, these small changes can have a great effect. They all add up to a great effect. And you're less likely to consciously notice them, to rebel against them or fight back. And your body itself is much more able to adapt to these changes than extreme ones. There are 4 key elements to weight loss. 1, calorific deficit, sensible calorific deficit really. 2, protein. 3, sleep. 4, exercise. In that order. A sensible calorific deficit is number 1. Think of it as a pyramid. So it's a pyramid, and that large foundation level, that is a sensible calorific deficit. So you need to be consuming less calories than you burn. Now the next level up is protein. And I would say you want to be aiming for at least 2 grams of protein per kilogram of your body weight every day. And then you can work your calorie target back from there. Now, sleep is important because it's sleep. It's the time your body sorts itself out, but also the time when you're not eating either. But personally, I find sleep is subjective. So it's whatever works for you. I prefer about 6 to 7 hours, but I know people who need longer. And the small tip of the pyramid, the least effective, but important nonetheless, is exercise. Now, exercise is important because it burns calories, but also it helps shape your body and it keeps your body working for longer. And the more muscle you build, the more calories your body burns every day anyway, just doing nothing. That said, losing weight is about 70% diet, 30% exercise, maybe even 80% diet, 20% exercise. If you want to lose weight, make small changes to your diet, small manageable changes. Have a sensible calorific deficit, maybe 100 to 200 calories less a day, especially assuming you're starting from a reasonable level. And plan for these long-term effects. Differences that may get you to your goal slower, but they'll have a much longer lasting effect. Now, I'll cover each of these aspects in more detail over time because the topic is so vast. So keep an eye out on my social media for them, and thanks for listening.